All right, going within spiritually. When I work with people and teach them how to connect at the spiritual level or to take care of themselves at the spiritual level, it's all about connection. Okay, this level is all about connection. And this can be connection, whatever makes sense with you in your life right now, where you're at on your spiritual path, or if you're not, doesn't matter. It can be connection with yourself, because let's face it, we don't connect with ourselves very often. It can be connection with nature. It can be connection with the elements of nature. Could be connecting with your higher power, whoever you believe in, whether that's God, source, higher power, whatever you call it. So, and then if you believe in anything else, such as, angels, or you have a divine team that you work with, connecting in with them. So for me, spiritual connection is incredibly important on a daily basis. It's just part of my routine. And I connect in spiritually multiple times throughout the day. Anytime I think about it, I'll connect in. And what I've noticed for me, especially in the last 4 or 5 months, is that connecting in spiritually, it becomes part of your lifestyle. A year and a half ago, I was trying to make gratitude just like this thing that every time I thought about it, I would do it. Like just trying to, like I said the other day, flip the switch, make sure I'm thinking about things that I'm grateful for, sending out that kind of energy. And now that I'm very connected spiritually, that has become my lifestyle now, is constantly making sure that what I'm doing, my actions, my thoughts are more spiritual. So, I'm not saying that's you, but it does become, once you reach a certain point on your spiritual path, it becomes a lifestyle. So, how can you connect within more in the spiritual level? Well, the biggest suggestion that I have for you is spending more time in nature. And I know depending on the time of year it is right now and what your weather's like, that can be more difficult. What I found in the last couple years during wintertime is that I do feel more disconnected because I'm not able to get outside as much. It gets a little rainy here in San Antonio, Texas. I can handle the weather. I can be out in 30-degree weather, but when it's wet and rainy, it makes it difficult to get outside, right? So the more time that you can spend outside in nature and connect to the nature and connect to yourself, the more connected in you will be, because the more time we spend indoors, on our tech, that's pretty much what we're on all day long, whether we're at work or we're at home, that's completely disconnecting you from yourself. So I'm not going to go into all the reasons why, but just kind of keep that in mind. Every time you are indoors and you're on your technology, you are disconnecting to yourself. And so the more we can spend outside, leaving those devices behind or off, the more connected in you will become. And what I found is, like, I crave time in nature now. I have to be out on the nature trails at least 2 times a week, and sometimes I'll try to get out there a 3rd time. And I have to drive. It's not like I just walk around the corner to get there. I have to get in my car and drive there. And so it's just part of my weekly routine now, is to make sure I get out in nature multiple times. I'm exercising, but I'm also connecting in all kinds of way out there. And it makes it easier to connect when you are out in nature without all those distractions. So that's the biggest tip that I have for you. You can also meditate and just set an intention maybe as you're meditating to connect within or to connect with God, whoever you are trying to connect with in the moment. So that's another option, and it could be just a couple minutes. When I say meditate, I think a lot of people are groaning because they're like, oh, I gotta meditate for 30 minutes. No. You can start with 1 minute. If that's what you can do. That's what you have time for. That's all you think you can handle. Start with 1 minute. Start with 3 minutes, and then you can slowly build your way up. Okay? Another thing you can do is just sit and be. And this is really hard for people because we're so used to being in our masculine energy, which is go, 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 get it done energy, especially if you have a lot going on at work, with your career, or if you are a parent. It is really hard for us to find the value to just sit and be for a while. But anytime that I can, I will go sit in the backyard with the dogs and look at the nature, spend time out there in the nature, and I'll just allow myself to be. So And sometimes I'll journal right out there, but that's not just being. So just making time to just sit there, and maybe you're staring at the butterflies, or you're looking at the rustling of the leaves in the trees. Maybe you're feeling into your own body and just noticing what's going on with the body. But just making time to connect and just be. There is value to it. I know it doesn't seem like it, but there really is. It's just the slowing of the mind and the body and connecting in with that receiving feminine energy. It's very valuable. And then another thing that you can do is just have conversations, whether this is with yourself. You can talk with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It does not make you crazy. You can talk with your inner child. You can talk with your soul, with your higher self. You can talk with your body. So you can have a conversation with you or a part of you. You can have a conversation with God. And you may not be hearing anything back, and that's okay, because God is hearing you. You can have a conversation with your divine team, or with angels, or a specific archangel that you would like some help with. It doesn't matter if you can't hear them. You can still have a conversation with them and know that they are listening. All right, so those are some ideas for you today on going within spiritually. As always, let me know if you have any questions, and if you feel you need to, you can always private message me. Enjoy the rest of your day.